the spirit of negotiation. Uh, that even before God, I need to negotiate with God. God, you said this and that, but this and that. Do this, I do this, like a covenant kind of thing. So, yeah, it just part of the prayer.
I just realized right now I have a testimony. My money literally has tripled this week, but I knew it, but I didn't realize it until I was sharing with you guys that when I would come in, I would say, "Hello, come on, money's following me," and when I was saying these things, and it's true.
Oh, yeah.
I made a lot of money this week. Three times the amount of money I usually make. And so just different things were coming up, left and right. But I didn't realize until I shared with you.
Yeah, and that's what the part I was going to talk about, like maximize profit. He said wisdom is the right application of knowledge or intelligence for maximized profit. So you applied what you learned and it worked for you, or it's working for us in different ways. So
it worked for me. It worked for me. Yeah. It worked for me. Like, okay, this week. But sometimes I want to say something. But I was being proactive. I was really trying to be my best proactive and putting this thing to work. And sometimes you don't realize it because it doesn't come all at once. But if you think about it and you start or when you say it, and like when I just shared it, I just realized wow, that really did happen. And so amen.
I think also that sometimes when you are talking about profits, I think it's not just about money. Money is good. I love money. Money is good. But also if you're able to say you're talking about your thoughts and then the owner was also talking about thoughts. So if you're able to change your mindset and do the right thing and change from something that you were not used to and doing something new that will change your life for good, it's profit. It has changed your life for good. If it's the way you talk, you change it for a good way, you have progressed. So we need the money, we need the change of behavior, attitude, and mindset, intentions, and motives. If it's going in the right direction, it's profit. You are applying the knowledge you've gotten, and then you are progressing. Sometimes you may not see the progress. When the money comes in, you see it at once. You say, "Yay, something has changed." But when an attitude changes, it's also progress. You may not really notice it at once, but the way you do things and the way it has helped you is profit in a way. So I think it's those things also we can give thanks to God for them. Yeah.
Bishop Vivian, read us the Bible, the Sacred Scriptures portion selected for this service.
Deuteronomy chapter 30, 15 through 20. See, I have set before you today life and prosperity, death and adversity. If you obey the commandments of the Lord your God that I am commanding you today, by loving the Lord your God, walking in his ways, and observing his commandments, decrees, and ordinances, then you shall live and become numerous. And the Lord your God will bless you in the land that you are entering into to possess. But if your heart turns away and you do not hear, but are led astray to bow down to other gods and serve them, I declare to you today that you shall perish. You shall not live long in the land that you are crossing the Jordan to enter and possess. I call heaven and earth to witness against you today that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Choose life so that you and your descendants may live, loving the Lord your God, obeying him, and holding fast to him. For that means life to you and length of days, so that you may live in the land that the Lord swore to give to your ancestors, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. The end of the reading.
Thanks be to God.
Thanks be to God.
Thanks be to God.
Thanks be to God.
Always, it's about land.
Okay.
It's always about land. It's always about the right focus. It's not about extreme. There are people who are extreme in the way they follow God. It's always balance, balance, balance. Be balanced. What choice are you making? Choice making is very, very important. Because the choice you make determine the outcome of life, prosperity, the blessing. Life, prosperity, the blessing. In fact, let's put it this way. The blessing, in fact, let's put it this way. Life, the blessing, prosperity. Life, the blessing, prosperity. What are you attracting? You are attracting whatsoever you are attracting because of the choice you've decided to make. He talks about death and disaster. This is God talking to us. This is not man-made. This is not woman-made. This is God persuading us, pleading with us. This is not Jewish people telling us what to do. Like some people who want to protect their culture, and they will say, oh, this is white man's Bible. There's nothing like white man's Bible. The choice that you are projecting, what you are thinking, imagining, accepting, believing, will determine what you are going to attract in life. I've also even come to the point to realize that it's not as simple as saying, for example, for those of you who feels that God is choosing you to operate as a priest, to carry supernatural power to carry God's presence and become a God symbol on the earth. For those of you who feel you have to get married or you have to stay single, you have to do a particular kind of business or the other, you have to think very carefully about the words of Jesus. I have cast out demons in your name, prophesy in your name, heal the sick in your name, did charity work in your name. And he will say, depart from me, ye wicked people and workers of iniquity. And I began to reflect on those things. And then I saw the answer. The answer is, they did not do the will of God, the Father. That hit me hard. So you can be a preacher, a pastor, a bishop, a pope, anything you decide to do in God's name. But the question is, was it in the right department? Was it in the agenda of God? I am asked by our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit that since last Sunday we dealt with making decisions at the gate so that the blessing will be mediated at the door. To talk to you this morning about what are you attracting, to look at your life deeply, because they've talked to me about people without no conscience. There are human beings that has killed the wonderful ability God gave each of us as we came into this world that I call the religion of conscience. Something that tells you that is wrong. Don't go there. Don't do it. Avoid this person. Something that check out things for you is in the inside. You are born with it. Many people along the way, they imprison their own very spirit. Because you as a spirit, you are beautiful, especially when you become born again. Born again, when you choose Jesus to be your God on earth and for all time. You become a very beautiful person. You become a beautiful personality. You can now pursue life. You can now pursue the blessing. You can now pursue prosperity. Why? You have the focus of God for humanity in you, which is Christ Jesus. Now you can do great things. David received the anointing, and he can now bring down giants. He's a king. Why are you always attracting curses? Why are you always attracting people who are cursed? Why are you always attracting people who are poor? Why are you always attracting people who are ghetto and bums? Why are you always attracting people whose job is to eat and drink with you and have nothing to contribute to you whatsoever? If you have problem, they abandon you. Why are you always helping other people's kids, other people's families? Why are you not stable? Why are the children and grandchildren not stable? Why are they always helping other people and nobody helps them? Why are you always attracting people who failed? Why are you always attracting the sick, the needy, the poor? When your cup has not run it over in money and material wealth for you to help such people? Why are you always the helper in the family and there is nobody to help you? Why is it that after you become a Christian and you say, Jesus, save me? It was not just Jesus saving you from sin. You are asking him to deliver you from things, from actions and ways of life that has become established, patterns that you have come to accept and deaden your conscience before you become born again, before you become a Christian person. Why is it that after you've been saved from these things, that you went back to them? You went back to the practice of witchcraft and sorcery. You went back to worshiping idols. You went back to making money through prostitution, through being a stripper. You went back to be a home breaker. You went back to being a thief. You went back to selling drugs. You begin to entertain people in those kind of things again. You are still attracted to go partying. You sneak out on Friday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Saturday night, Thursday night, Sunday night, all day to still go to things you've gave up simply because you think that those are things of profit. As though there is nothing else that is good about your life that you can do or use to make money. You go back to telling lies, manipulating people, conning people. And you are not listening to the Spirit of God inside you telling you that these things might lead to you dying. Somebody, because one day you meet the wrong person. You meet the wrong. This is one of the things that really I don't understand. Especially with women. Especially with women. Especially with men and women who decide that they will make their money through being con artists, using people. That is why the word that Vivian read to us from Deuteronomy chapter 30 is for the meek. This is how we test your humility. This is how we test whether you are really a human being. Is your ability. This is how we test your self-esteem and dignity. And honor. You can talk everything about how you are a man of dignity, a woman of esteem, a virtuous woman. You can talk all those jargons, all those words, and they are empty. Why? Because you are not a person of the right conscience. You've decided that these are easy ways to make money. Easy ways to get food and profit. And yet you forgot that you are loaded with talents and gifts to make money. Your prayer to God and to when you call me should be, Bishop or Archbishop or whatever title you want to give to me, or idika. Can you call what is in me that I was born with to come out and to be connected to the right people? I'll be quiet. I'm not going to teach the world what to do. I'm going to operate in my place of gift and let me become a billionaire through it. I'm not going to be combative with any human being who don't agree with me. Like stupid Putin is doing. Ukraine doesn't agree with you, so go and kill them. Like China is doing, testing the different parts of the world Because China think that they have Russia, they have North Korea, they have Iran, possibly Saudi Arabia. They can unite against America, Britain, Canada, and Europe. That's how the world has been divided. If you didn't know it, nobody knows where India stands. India is a very strange country right now. Nobody knows which way they're going to swing. But thank God we got Japan. Thank God we got South Korea. Because at the end of the day, I can assure you, all those weapons that China think they have, North Korea are parading, all those tanks that you see North Korea is parading, they might just be empty tanks. When the tire touches the road, they don't have nothing. It's just propaganda. You heard Putin's girlfriend, the mother of his children, saying that propaganda is as big a weapon as machine guns. That's what she just said last week. Putin's girlfriend, lover, the mother of his kids. That's what she said. What are you attracting? And why are you attracting those kind of things? There are people that you should not do business with whatsoever, because you were not sent to those kind of people. You were not sent to them. They are not part of your life. For example, I have come to the place that I have chosen the class of people that I want to roll with. You have to make that choice. So you can tell me all that you want to tell me, oh, how you pray for God to connect you. Want a husband, this kind of a husband. But the question is, have you made yourself to be that kind of a person that you are wanting? And that is why you are still you are too combative. You are too emotional. And that is why you are attracting these kinds of people around you. For example, I've noticed that I am not the kind of person, I've come to realize it now, that is for bums, for ghetto people, for very needy people, for beggars, for homeless people. That's not what I'm choosing to do. Why? Because look at the kind of money you want to make. Look at what keeps you from sleeping. For example, the last 3 weeks I've not had any sleep. I know that partially it has to do with the kind of exercise and medicine that I'm taking in order to create the kind of healthy person I want to be. These are choice. These are choice that I've. Immediately I started on that journey, the best thing in that area came together for me. Because I don't want no fluctuation with who I am. No. The choice you are making will determine what you will attract. Whether you attract life, the blessing and prosperity, or disaster, death, and curses. You will see that certain kind of people alone begin to come to you. You begin to roll into them by coincidence, by chance, by miracles, and by the spirit of favor and presence of God. And the rest of the people who come to give you headache will simply fizzle out and die out. I remember when I prayed so hard, fasted every day, I was constantly ministering to people and I was poor. I had no money. And God said to me, cut. That's what he started telling. Cut them off. They are users. They are abusers. And that is true. Users are abusers. And users will abuse you and dump you. They come to judge you. Users come to judge you. They actually, many come to kill you, to destroy you. What they are telling you they are coming for is a hidden agenda of what they really want to achieve. And you do not need to attract such people into your life. But you have to search your life to see what is it you have accepted as the norm. That this is what you like, this is the way you want your life to be, will determine what kind of people you are attracted to or will be attracted to you. It will also determine how God works with you, His presence works with you, His cloud and fire works with you. It will determine how life happens to you. It will also determine how the blessing runs on you. It will also determine how much prosperity becomes riches and how much riches becomes wealth accumulation. Attraction is very important. I have discovered that people who are lazy people, they don't want a job, are people who want the whole world. You give them a little thing to do, they start complaining. Everybody went to a particular room and worked, finished a job. Somebody else who did not even work with us comes in to tell you, oh, there is allergy in this place. I, who is always suffering from allergy, never had allergy there. I, who suffered from pneumonia, bronchitis, all the breathing things, I don't have it. But you who doesn't, it reveals. This is why a lot of people are so poor. A lot of people are in debt. A lot of people have credit cards. I have credit cards. I don't use them. I only use it if it's absolutely necessary. I don't use credit card because I don't have money. Because I'm rich. I have money. I'm wealthy. I'm not just talking it, but I mean it. I don't use my credit card to pay bills, to buy gas, to pay for house rent or mortgage. I don't use credit card to buy food. I don't do those things. I use mine to buy tools, to go and buy things that I use to build houses or repair houses, things of that nature. And within a week I pay it off. That's why businesses like Lowe's owe me money. I don't use credit card to go and buy what I want when the money is not there. I buy things because I have the money. I use credit card to do business. I don't use it for personal need. I don't need it. I use it to build my profile for business only. And that's it. I don't use my credit card to go and buy a car. I don't. Even if I choose you and I said, I'm going to buy you a car, I'm not putting it on my credit card. I'm buying it cash. And that has to do with the kind of life I have chosen to live. Live. To exist in. The kind of people that I have decided to attract. Because if your life is spent among people who are always needy, you become sick, physically speaking. Sometimes people do not know why I tell them be quiet. Or I'll talk to you later. They don't understand. Because 33, 32 or 33 years of ministering to people, it gets to you personally, physically speaking. Look at the current Pope. He just came in a few years. He's already on wheelchair. He's already on wheelchair. The guy from Argentina, he's already on wheelchair. He can't walk anymore because of too much traveling, too much ministering. Bam! He's on wheelchair. And that is why this year God said to me, this is not just a year of the 7th year of harvest and sowing. This is a year for you to invest in your health, both supernaturally and medically and alternative medicine, whatever you can do to maintain good health. Do it. Do it. Do it for yourself and do it for me. Because we have a long way to go. It's a long journey.
Yeah.
How many people do you hear saying this kind of thing that I'm saying?
Amen.
And they will keep going on until bam, they die. Suddenly they are dead. They don't check their blood pressure. They don't check whether they have diabetics. They don't check their testosterone level. They don't check what is going on in their ovary. They don't check whether they have fibroid. They don't check whether their knee has grinded and grinded and grinded until there is nothing there to grind. They need a knee replacement, either miraculously or physically. Let me tell you what God told me. I want everybody to listen to this. He said, I love you because you are balanced. I love you because you don't lie to the people. When something required medical care, you tell them the truth. When something requires miracles, you tell them the truth. I said, okay, since I've done the right thing, now give me the money that I need. He said, I'll show you how to get money. Oh yeah. Many of you are asking God, God, give me people who have money. God, give me people who have great profession. Give me people who are generous. That's not how God operates. Many of you are simply asking God, give me houses, give me cars, give me jets, give me a husband, give me a wife, give me children. You are not even asking God for the kind of children that you want. So anything will be thrown at you. That's what you ask for. Because God is specific. Go to the Bible and see. People of Bible days were specific as to what they asked for. Instead of asking God to give you the right kind of people for you to roll with, for you to do business with, for you to connect with, and you'll be quiet. Instead, you're asking just for money. Money doesn't drop down from heaven. Of course, there are some miracle that will do that. Instead of asking God, Lord, how do I use my gifts? Many of you do not know that you've already made a choice. Every human being born into this world must have a job, must be trained on something. On something. A plumber, electrician, a carpenter, a salesperson. A deep sea welder for the oil people. A carpenter. A dentist. There must be, let me tell you something. God will not even start to work with you or to even look at you. If you finish while you're in high school, let me begin with that. While you are in high school, you do not choose a profession you're going into. I had 3 professions in front of me. In fact, 4. 4 professions in front of me. 1, to be a dibia. To be a dibia. Also, tell them what a dibia is. Okay, you are not there. Ozo is not there. Okay. Either to be a dibia. Ma Mary, you know almost everything about who I am and what I do and where I'm heading in life. So you know, I'm not gonna ask you because you will say too much. I'm joking. Uzo, where are you? Wasn't he in church a few minutes ago? Okay, did you hear what I said? What is a dibia?
Yes.
What is a dibia? Tell them.
Native doctor.
A native doctor. A native doctor.
Native doctor.
A native doctor. A native doctor is there are two kind of native doctor. We have a native doctor, then we have a witch doctor. I like the native doctor. My father's brother was a combination of both. There are some who have both, who are witch doctors and then native doctors. Native doctors are medicine men. There is no juju in that. There is no Satan in that one. They know medicine a lot. Ma Mary, are you with me today, please? Are you?
Yes, please, I'm here.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about. Native doctors are very wealthy. They are the wealthy kind of that kind of practice because they know medicine.
Yeah, they know that.
Yes.
Natural herbs.
Natural herbs. Natural ones. I have seen native doctors that one man had an accident. The entire bones on his leg was broken to pieces. Shattered. They have to carry the leg. The leg was just hanging. The bones are shattered. I saw it. The hospital said they don't have an orthopedic unit. The hospital doesn't have the orthopedic unit where you have doctors who are orthopedic surgeons to fix bones and do all of that. It wasn't there in that hospital. So they told him that he had to be flown to the bigger city where they have such hospitals, such departmentalized faculties and departments. So they took him to a native doctor that we call Obokupo, Kalo Obokupo, which means the native doctor that fixes bones. That is his profession. And that man, how he made bones to grow, I watch with curiosity. He used herbs, plant from the backyard. He cut down the leaves of banana tree, roasted in the fire, and started the job. 2 months later, that man's bones have grown back. That man is walking perfectly as though there was never an accident. And what really makes me mad about this kind of thing is such men and women die with their gifts and they don't pass it on. My father would have been alive today. I'm saying it in front of the world. My dad would have been alive today if he was not so much preoccupied with his mother's people and my mother's people. So occupied as their slave to save them, buying things for them from the city he bring, come to take care of their problem. Everybody come to my father to resolve issues, whether in the city or when he come to the village. I remember my father taking me alone and going home to his city, to his father's people and to his mother's people. When we were with his father's people, that was the first time that I saw his brother, his senior brother. Like 6 or 7 foot tall albino. There are people who are very fair in our families. They've never mingled with no Europeans. My father was a big man, big boy. His brothers were big. Only the native doctor and the witch doctor wasn't. He was the only one that was slim and tall and an albino. Albino. I remember after he told my father, he said to my father, this boy should take over from me. I have to open his eyes. He's already seeing into the supernatural. They've been coming for him. I need to finish the job. Him and my father, they started talking and arguing back and forth. When the quarrel over me subsided between my father and his senior brother, because they always settled. My father and his people I never see them quarrel, whether his mother's people or my father was a great ruler, a great leader. They know how to negotiate for what they want. They negotiated over me. They negotiated. But I remember before we left the shrine of my uncle, my senior uncle, I still remember the word he said to my dad. Because my dad's brother, another one, I began to be introduced to all of them, was also very big. This is the first time I'm seeing my father's brothers. They were all big. They have big pregnant tummies. All of them. And in Africa, when you have big tummies, you are very fat, very big. People say it's God's blessing. Oh, it shows that you have money. Yes, they have money. That's what they say. They say you are a big man. You are a big man. Big man means you have money. You are eating good. They tell you it's evidence of good eating, good feeding, good drinking. And you don't know that it's evidence of good way to hell. That's what it is. My uncle, the native doctor and the witch doctor, said to my father, he said, Junior, my father says, I will have a word for you. I was curious because the man always have a chalk on his face, the sign that he's a native doctor and a witch doctor. Because he sees into the supernatural realm. And I love it. The man liked me like crazy. My father's senior brother loves me like crazy. I have had two people before they left the earth came to me to come and talk to me. I've never said this on television before. That's my dad and my uncle, who was both a native and a witch doctor. I remember what he said to my father on that, I think it was the day before Christmas that we went to his shrine. When him and his father have talked over what they want to do with me and the way that I should go, they presented me with something to eat. My father came to join me to eat. My uncle came and ate from my uncle. My father's senior brother came and ate from my plate, which tells you he really loves you. He cares about you. And he always look at me, look straight into my eyes. And I smile. And he will put his hand over my shoulder and pat me. Then he said to my father, Agun, Agun, I have a word for you. They did not retreat back into his room. No. They were standing where my grandfather was buried. There's always a lantern there, and you can see the horse that my grandfather used to ride. The horse. He said to my dad, I don't like you and your brothers growing big bellies. What the Mexican call pangsong. Yesterday I was at the gym. The two Mexicans that call me big belly, you know, they say I'm the one with the smallest belly. All of them, they've been made pregnant by their wives. Instead of them making their wives pregnant, now their wives have made them pregnant. I say, fool. I say, I don't accept that. That is not it. It's you guys who have made yourself pregnant, and now you're blaming it on your wives. So now they are shocked. Two of them saw me yesterday. They shouted, they wanted to shout pangsong. Pangsong mean big belly guy. When they look at my tummy, because I'm the one, they said I'm the one that is 1 month pregnant, and all of them are 24 months pregnant, both of them, because they have big shiny bellies. Big shiny bellies. So now when they look at my tummy, my tummy is no longer there. So the short one said, you went and had an abortion, isn't it? You went and had an abortion, isn't it? I said, no, I did not. I said, no, I did not. He said, where is Pangsong? He's now asking me, where is the beer belly? Where is the big belly? I said, the belly just left. I told the belly that I don't want no more. I don't need it. He said, your own was just 1 month pregnant. Our own, look at us. We've been pregnant for forever. We can't get rid of it. The more we try to get rid of it, the more our wives get us more pregnant. They love it. I say, hey, don't blame it on those poor girls, you know. My uncle told my father, I don't like this belly business. I don't like this fat business. I don't like this growing big and fat and having big beer bellies. It's not a blessing, oh, Agun. It's not a blessing. It's a curse. It should not exist in this family. Before you go back to the city, come back with a boy. I'm going to give you medicine. I'm going to give to the other one, another brother of my father, same father, like my dad. They are all from the same father. He came in, another one came in, another one, and all of them were big people. The big body, big belly men. I said, how is it that all my father's brothers look like my father? Except the native doctor. He said to my father, before you go back to the city, come back here. I'm going to give you medicine so that you will, I'm using his word, so that you will shake out this big nonsense belly out of your life. I want you to stay alive for me. I want this belly gone. I'm going to give you the medicine. And he started talking to the other brothers of his. All of you, I'm going to give you medicine so that all this belly goes away, all this being fat in this family goes away. My father said, yeah, I will come back. And my father forgot. My father forgot. My father left and didn't go back. Because the man could see. Because you see, in the pantheon of divinities, in Igbo tradition, Agun, which is my father's name, is the goddess, is a goddess, is the goddess of wealth, prosperity, riches, health, and divination, and then healing, and healing. So many a time you see that combination of a healer must have his eyes also open. Because you cannot heal what you do not know. You cannot solve a problem that you do not know its origin, or why it is there, or who sent it there. That's why many a time you see that cross combination of a healer and a diviner, or a healer, a diviner, a magician all together. Because many a time people will want to come and ask you for you to see into the world of spirits or into the world of the ancestors for them. That's why they have that combination. And these are things borrowed from Christianity. We as priests are supposed to be healers. We are supposed to be oracles. We are supposed to be miracles. We are supposed to have all of this. And we don't. Instead, what do we have today? Talk, politics, and the quest for money and power that doesn't even exist. And the protection of institutions that doesn't make sense and is not relevant to the people of our time. And my uncle told my dad, don't go back to the city until you come back and get the medicine to solve this problem permanently. He said, permanently. My father didn't go back. 2 weeks later, my father was dead. What choice are you making? And that is very frightening to me, that I lose a hero, a dad, at that point of my life. Because every child is made either for the father or for the mother. Every child doesn't come for you. And there are children who do not even come for either or. They come for themselves or they come for other people. You have to know this. You have to know this and just accept it the way it is. Because many of you kill yourself over your children and your grandchildren if you don't know what I know. Nobody taught me in a book. God told me. Every child doesn't come for you. There are children who came for the mother only. There are children who came for the father only. There are children who came for the uncles that never even helped them, or for the aunties. There are children who just came for themselves, and there are children who came for other people. So you have to know this and allow people to go the way they came, and not hold onto children that does not belong to you. It does not mean that because you are biological mother or father that those are your children. Life doesn't work like that. There are mysterious aspects of life that you have to know. Every child, so you will do everything to try to make them obey, beat them. You're wasting your time. You will be talking and talking until you drop and die. You should know who is for who. Who came for you. My dad made a choice to help his family, and look at the consequence of it. I ended up not having a father at the time that I should have one. He was so busy solving their problem that he forgot the thing that matters. Health first. Health first. A man told me that he used to repair roof. He's from Mexico. One of the pangsong, one of the big belly guy that I see at the gym. He said he fell down from the roof. His profession is repairing roof in Mexico. He fell down as a kid and broke his waist. It was fixed. They took him to the hospital. Everything was fixed. Now he's 60-years old. The same place that was broken when he fell off the roof came back. It came back. And now he limps. Now he's going for surgery. The same thing. So don't think that because you are young, it's okay for you just to do anything. Because any injury you got as a kid is going to come back. So you better be careful what you are doing to yourself. You can drink a lot now, sex a lot now, use your body, abuse it anyhow. Expose yourself to evil experiences, to people who came to destroy your mind. And you pay for it later. God said, I call the heavens, which means heaven where he dwells, and the planetary, the planets and the content therein. So everything is witnessing for or against you of the choice you are making in order to attract what you are attracting. You want to solve the problem of the whole world and the problem of your whole family, your entire family, the entire world and the entire family, you're going to pay for it. You will. Why is it that everyone who come to your life are always coming to do you wrong at the end? Why is it that when you do good to people, they will say bad thing about the good thing you've done for them? Which means don't do good things to people anymore. Stop. Don't help people anymore. Why? Because you are doing good outside your class. Ha! You didn't hear me. You are doing good outside your class. Did you guys hear me? Do you hear me? The reason why people don't appreciate you, yes, the reason why they don't appreciate you, the reason why they talk bad of the good things you do, the reason why they walk away from the relationship that you've given all is because you are relating, you are having relationship outside your class. You are giving money to people outside your class. You are complaining about one church, one religion, one pastor, one people. You are complaining about this congregation, that congregation. You went there, they treated you like this. You went there, this is how people, that church is full of witchcraft. You are in the wrong place. You are in the wrong place, man. You are in the wrong place, girl. Those people are not your class. They don't belong to your style. You are in the wrong place. Oh, why am I giving money? Sending a tithe to this, to that, to this great man of God or woman of God. Who tell you they are great men of God or woman of God? There's nothing like a great man of God or a woman of God. There's nothing like that. You are giving money to people who are not your class and not your style. That's what you've been doing. You don't belong there. Your money does not belong there. Your money is not needed there. You think it's needed there.
You're right.
Look at all these guys who are in jail because of January 6th. They didn't belong to Trump, but they ran with him. Now the man is busy enjoying in a hotel, at Mar-a-Lago Hotel, and they are all in jail. Look at it. That's how it goes. Oh, I got into a relationship with this nice guy or this wonderful, beautiful woman. You know, she has one kid or she's single and all of that. And it ended up this. Their brothers are just like this. Their families are just weird. You waste your time with people who do not belong to your class. Now you are getting what you are. Now you are getting the answer that you needed. You got it today. You got it today. You keep wasting your time and your words and your money with people who don't belong to your class, who don't belong to your style. And you are going to connect with them. Are you serious? And even if you cut off your head for them, they will not appreciate you.
No.
Take off the shirt from your back. Take off the shirt from your back and the pant on your butt and give to them. Pant mean trouser, pantalon, and give to them. They don't appreciate nothing you did for them. After you finish doing everything for them, train them in college, train them everywhere, train them in jobs, they move on and forget about you. Next day they hear, they will stop you and say, hey sir, I want to have a word with you. I know that you remember me? You say, yes, I train you. They say, yes, you train me, but other people train other people too. I don't want you to be going about telling people that you trained me, you gave me a car, you bought me a house, and all of that. People do it to people. And then you break down, have a nervous breakdown. Why? You were training the wrong person that doesn't belong to your class, doesn't belong to your style. That's the person you were training. You get married. Oh, I spend my money doing all of this for this person. I spend my money and train this man. I fasted and prayed, gave money to people to fast and pray, talked to many pastors, gave them thousands of dollars for them to pray for this man to be born again. And we got married, and this is how I got paid back for all of this. Did you ask yourself? You were given a sign and a wonder. The man wasn't born again. The man didn't have a job. You saw that that man cannot clean up, like Rosalind will say, he could not clean up behind his behind. You know? You saw that he can't even do laundry. That man cannot get out of bed to go and make himself a cup of coffee. He was, oh darling, please, I love you. Oh sweetheart, come. Hey, a kiss. Boom, can you make me a cup of coffee? And you didn't ask yourself why that man never make breakfast and brought to you. Never make a cup of coffee and brought to you. You are the only one that is always giving. He never gave. Signs and wonders were being played right in front of you. That man is not your class. That man is not your style. And you were pursuing it because you want to be in relationship, you want to be in marriage, you want to have sex, and then you start complaining. You ask the man for money, and the man tells you, oh, don't ask me for money. We are not like that. We are not like that. After you've gone sexing with him, traveling with him, from Hawaii to Miami, from Miami to Orlando, from Orlando to Vegas, you've gone everywhere. And then you ask him for a mere $20,000 for you to put in your business. He said, I don't know you like that. And then you break down. You have a nervous breakdown. You become depressed. You hate men or you hate women. That man is not your class. You don't belong to him. You are not in his class. He's not in your style. You are not in his style. When are you going to learn these things? That this is how it is. And when you continue this kind of lifestyle, you start always attracting a cycle of doom. Always attracting a cycle of failure. Always attracting a cycle of misfortune. Because of the choice you've decided to make. Some love to be in a relationship with a woman whom they can control, or a man that they can control. They tell you, oh, you sit down there. The man sat there, sit down there. Yeah. I know of a woman who said to me, I because of what I suffered in relationship, a man has said it to me, a woman has said it to me too. I want to marry a spouse from the village. Somebody who doesn't know anything. I said, you mean like somebody who never went to high school? He said, yes, those are better. All I want is to have children, the woman cook, clean for me, and all of that. She doesn't need even to know anything about the bank. I'll take care of everything as long as I'm in control. And I've seen women who say they don't want their husband to work. Let him just stay home. But they are everywhere, but the man is home. The man can't say a word. He's not allowed to talk in the house. If you knock on that door, it is the woman that comes. That's the choice you've made. And those kind of people, go and look at their life. They don't really have a whole lot. They don't need a whole lot. Like Emily said, like the natty dreadlock, the Rastafarians, they want just to survive. That's it. Give us this day our daily bread. That's all they need. So ask yourself, why am I attracting this kind of people? Why am I always attracting this kind of thing? Why is this kind of thing always happening to me? Ask yourself that question. It has to do with the choice you are willing to make and what you are projecting and where you are going to pick these things. Some of you think that the best place to go and find nice people, nice staff to work for you, nice women to marry, or a nice gentleman to marry is in the church. The church was never meant to be a place where you find a spouse. The church was never meant, the religion Religion was never meant to be a place where you find a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. That's not the place. And we make the mistake thinking that that is where we find people with good character. Being born again and filled with the Holy Spirit does not mean that somebody has good character. It doesn't mean that. It means the person has the legal right to heaven. But does that mean that that person has the legal right, the right choice making on earth? Tell me about it. They have the legal right to heaven because of Jesus. But do they have what it takes to have what they need to be on the earth? No. Because somebody goes to the same synagogue with you and bow down, or go to the same mosque, the same shrine, the same temple, the same church, the same conference calls, you think, okay, now I've found a spouse. You are wasting your time. Go through the Bible and see where people found their lovers. Ruth found Boaz at the job. They were at work, working. That man already owns a company. Ruth, with Naomi, already owns real estate. And many people want where they can just go and enjoy. And that's it. And that is love. You think that is love? Are you serious? You don't want where you go to have a job. You want where you go to enjoy. Let me tell you the definition of that kind of thing. Anybody who wants to be in your life just to enjoy is a thief, a robber, a destroyer, and a killer. That's what it is. Who are you attracting? What are you attracting? Are you attracting people who come to make you a lot of money? Who come to give you good, help you to make decisions? Who will tell you, stop, let's think over things before we make a decision? Is that what you're attracting? People who will tell you, don't do it this way, let's go this way. If you try, it doesn't work, we'll go back and do it this way. Instead of people who tell you, let's go. Damn the landlord. Take the money, let's go and blow it. Let's go and enjoy. People club, Gwami Aige Mecho, Angro Wando, Ango Chandipo Chando, Amani Aige Mecho, Cake Bo Chando, Pum 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 Pum, Pum 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 Pum. It means people's club. People's club. Tell me what we will do tomorrow. Don't worry about tomorrow. Let us enjoy today. Tomorrow, let tomorrow handle its own problem. We don't care. Bring the money. Let's enjoy. And they bring the money and they spray the money as though tomorrow will not come. You know? Let's spend the money. Bring the money. Let's go to the casino. Bring the money. Let's go and eat and drink. Let's blow it. Buy a new car. Buy a new jet. Let's go. What are you waiting for? Come on, enter. Let's fly and go and enjoy life. What are you thinking about those stupid landlords? You can owe them. The car people, we can owe them. We don't care about them. We have one life to live. And you forgot that you are not dying tomorrow. Yeah, we have one life to live. You must enjoy. Did they say that you must enjoy stupidly? After enjoying, then you come back broke. I was telling Mary about a particular family that was fond of coming to ask me for money. So one day I told God, I say, I was not born to attract those kind of people. people who are always needy. I wasn't born for such people. I was born for something far more bigger and greater. I don't need this kind of people. You have all these many grown-up kids who are almost my age. Some of them are older than me. And they all have jobs. All these people live together. The wife is getting social security for disability, getting food stamp with cash. The husband works. Every 2 weeks when they all get their paycheck, there's party in that house. They are barbecuing. They are grilling big time. You see cars parked all over the streets in front of their rental property, in the front of the house that they rent to live together. They will enjoy. Party will happen that Friday when they get money. Saturday there is party. Sunday after church there is party. A little bit on Monday. Tuesday they are knocking on people's door to borrow money. Tuesday they are knocking on people's door to borrow money. So I said, I'm not going to ask God to remove these people from my neighborhood. I am the one who is going to get rid of them. So one day I woke up in the middle of the night. I went to the back of the house. I went to the backyard. And I walked up and down and prayed, I focused on their house at the other side of the street. I focused on that house. I began to rain down curses on them. I began to rain curses on them. I began to command evil to happen so that they flee. And that was exactly what happened to them. They fled from that place. They fled. Yeah, they fled from that place. Yep. I mean, when I look at their history, I realize these are people who have moved and moved and moved and moved. That's one of the things that you have to really, really take care of. Is checking people's record. Background is very, very important. Now I made peace with myself when I realized that somebody that used to be the administrator of our ministry, when I check her background, I was shocked at what I saw. Somebody that used to be the administrator of our ministry, that we trusted, when I check her background last 2 years, I was shocked at what I saw. Do you know that that girl and her family, they have moved over 22 times? They have moved. Which tells you how reckless they are. The person that we just kicked out of one of our rental properties when one stupid property manager was managing for us, was not checking background, we went and checked. That girl has moved over 40 times. 40 times in Kansas. So the longest time she's even lived anywhere has been in our property. Mm-hmm. You see people, they are quiet, they are shy, you think that's who they are. You don't know that they are that way because they are covering something massively criminal about their lives. You think I'm now going to fall in love with a very calm man, a gentle man. He doesn't talk a lot, he's very calm. Go inside the house, you see who they are. Outside, they have that protective mechanism of being calm and shy and quiet and smiling and all of that. Get inside, you will know who they are.
Mm-hmm. Dr.
Yep. Get inside, you will know who the hell they are. That is just the eggshell protecting them. That's what they've chosen. to protect them from being known. Mm-hmm. You have to ask God to help you this afternoon. Tell God to help you to begin to attract the right people, that you belong to their class and they belong to your class, so that you don't keep fighting with people. Even God himself says that he is tired of fighting with human beings. He's tired of contending with them. How much more us? There are people with so much passion to talk that you have to know where passion of a human being is. Is it in alcohol? Is it in gambling? Is it in sex? Is it in talking and quarreling? Where is this person's passion? Is it in making money? And how do they make the money? By dubious means or by good means? What kind of spirit is this person? What do they enjoy? Who are you attracting and what are you attracting? Are you attracting the blessing? Are you attracting life? Are you attracting prosperity or curse, disaster and death? You have to be serious. You have to reach a place. Somebody said to me, I think it was Shante. I don't know whether Shante is on the line or she's at work. Shante said to me, if a man or a woman is still a prostitute at the age of 50, 60, that's wrong. I started laughing. She said, that's wrong. There are certain age you reach. You know that certain thing ain't working. Give it up. There are other ways and means of surviving, of doing things the right way. But a lot of people don't want it. It's too much. That's why when people tell me, I want to start a business, I say, good luck. I want to get into marriage, good luck. I want to have children, good luck to you. Go ahead. Because you better be prepared for what you're attracting. A lot of people, is nice when the child is little. When the child begin to break things down because they are children, you begin to beat them as though that will solve the problem. Were you not prepared for this? Did they not tell you what comes with this? Didn't you know this is what comes with the package? And it was that you did not pray for the kind of child that you want. You just say, God, give me a child. Okay, you got one. Handle it. Hannah said, give me a child that I can return back to you, which means to save in your tabernacle. And she made sure when the child was weaned, she took the child and went and dropped the child to Eli and said, I promise God, if you give me a child, this is the kind of child that I want. Here is the child. And she left and went to him, left the child there. That's where the child belonged. Everyone asked for the kind of child they wanted. Did you ask for the kind of children you wanted? One lady told me that because the people in their family are tiny, tiny people, they are little bitty people. Little bitty people, like Leona calls them. Little bitty, you know? You know? Uh-huh. Leona is the one who taught me about the bug, B-U-G, insect, the bug syndrome. You see a tiny little woman marrying a very big fat man. You see a very big fat girl marrying a tiny little bitty man. Leona called it the bug syndrome. I was laughing when I heard that. Leona, where are you? Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, interesting. And she's right. Yeah, she's right. So this lady come from they are all little bitty people. She went and told God, she said, when I get pregnant, I want you to give me children who are big and huge. I want them to have big body, big bumpers, big butts. And because that family, they don't have boobs. The women don't have boobs. You see the women, they all look like men. Their chests look like men's chests. In fact, some men have chests than them. Yeah. He said, I want my daughter to have big boobs. And she did not know that she was saying the same thing about if a boy is born into the family. God heard the prayers. And the first prayer you said about what you want is the one God answers. When you go back for it to be changed, they tell you they've already heard you. That's the end of it. It's like the pig that went to God to complain and say human beings are eating. Yeah, the pig went to God and said human beings are eating us a whole lot. Can you tell them to stop? God said, then you should not have been born a pig. So this woman started giving birth to children. This little bitty woman started to give birth to children. And all the children are tall and they are huge and their butts are big like a drum. Their belly huge. Their head huge. The girls' boobs, as young as they are, is as big as a milk factory. And the boy, the same thing. The boy butt is as big as a door, bigger than a door, barely huge. And now she said she need to pray to God that God should make them small. I said, you don't go back. They've already answered your prayer. They won't turn it back. It's already done. There you go. You get what you asked for. So what are you attracting? What are you attracting? I want you to begin to pray and ask God. Tell God that you are willing. You are willing to be the kind of person that will attract the kind of person. Do you see that when con artists live together, they live together in real because they are the same class? If the man is a prostitute and the girl is a prostitute, they live together very well. It's not about birds of the same feathers. No. It's people of the same DNA. That's what we are talking about. It's not just birds of the same feather that live together. If you are interested in nature like I am, you will see animals, zebras, antelopes, buffaloes, they all go together. They all go together. Horses, they all go together in migration. They eat together, do everything together. You look at the life of certain kind of birds, you see different kind of birds. They all stay together, exist together. So that thing doesn't apply. So if you know that you are going to be a criminal, why not stay with criminals? If you know that you're already somebody that is judgmental, find people who are judgmental like you, stay with them. You are somebody that does not clean up, like the people I saw in Utah. One white guy invited me to his family that we were going to have dinner, a bunch of us. I said, why must it be? You always say, well, it's okay. So as he opened the door, there are clothes on the ground. I said, what about these clothes? You can see pots and pans. You can see dishes, not washed, thrown everywhere. Just as you walk into the living room, things are thrown. I said, sir, excuse me, how do we pass into your house? He said, step on them and keep going. I said, no, no, thank you very much. I stepped back. I left. How can I look at women menstrual pad already used, panties, bra on the floor, and people are walking over it? Then I realize this guy has a mental issue. Even though he's a manager, he has a mental issue. So when I met him, he said he was disappointed that I did not. I said, how can I walk over those things? He said, that's the way they live. I said, do your father has mental issue and your mother and your brothers and sisters? He said, yes. He said he himself is on medication. I said, okay, thank you so much. I figured that out very quickly. Yep. You can look as you entered into the living room. You can see the bathroom. You can see that there are plates and pans inside the bathtub. Plates and pans, not washed. Inside the, what is plates and pans doing inside the bathtub? And clothes are inside the bathtub. Ah, come on. What is a woman's high heel shoe? What is a woman's high heel shoe? You can see that shoe was bought at Goodwill. You can tell. The tag is still there. It was inside the bathtub. And you walk straight, you see all that. Come on. What are you attracting? What kind of people are you attracting? Are you attracting betrayers? Ask yourself why you've been attracting the kind of people that you've been attracting, who came to do you wrong. And today, we will stop it. But we are not going to pray about stopping it. It is you who are going to do it. When you finish doing it, just ask yourself, what is it about you that is attracting what has been happening to you? And deal with it now. Deal with it. You must stop attracting the wrong people. Stop attracting poverty. Go and check among the people you've known in your past. You are going to find people who, where you saw them, is where they are. They told you they will be going to school. After you finish high school, go back and see them. That's the same story they are still telling everybody, that they will be going back to school. And they've never gone. There are people who have married so many times. One woman was sent to go and counsel a man and his wife who were having trouble in their marriage. So the counselor came in, and the man and woman, they were quarreling. He asked them to quiet down, that they are that they are behaving like mad people. Where mean madness in Yoruba language. So he said, you guys have, so the woman who is having the problem asked the woman that was sent to come and settle the issue, so why must I listen to you? What is it that you have different from other counselors and therapists that we have gone to, that we have not heard? The woman said, you have to listen to me because I've been married 7 times. The woman told you, you've been married 7 times. He said, yes, I have experience. That's why you have to listen to me. He said, no, I cannot listen to you. If you've been married 7 times, what experience do you have to come and tell me to solve my own problem? You have to get out of this house and go and solve your own problem. You have experience. Are you serious? Experience on how to divorce people. There are people who want, there are people who want to have relationship with you in order to divorce you later. I hope you know that. I hope you know that. There are people who want to be married to you in order to divorce you. They've already settled it before it started. Many things are settled at the gate. The decision is made at the gate before they bring it to the house. Not that they are bringing the blessing to the house. They are bringing the decision they have made at the gate. They bring it through the door. They are not bringing blessings.
Wow.
I hope you know it now. I want you to begin to pray and tell God to search you. Whatever is inside you that is attracting a circle of doom, those kind of people, those kind of things, those kind of atmosphere, those kind of event. Why is it that you're always sick? Why is it that you're always having an accident? Somebody's always hitting you. Why is it that you're always broke? You've never used your money to create wealth. It's always money to solve a problem. Why is it not money to build a business? Why is it not money to invest in something that makes you money? Why? Why are you attracting people who, whenever they call you, they're coming to tell you problems? A girl called me last week and said, oh, she has a problem to tell me. Before she could open her mouth, the Holy Spirit told me, this girl is a con artist and a fraud. And what she's going to tell you is, she is defrauding people and defrauding the bank. And I listened. Because now I know. I love that. I love that about how the Holy Ghost work with me. And the girl, I said to the girl, what is the problem? And she go, oh, they locked my bank account. I said, why? She said, they say it was a fraud. You see, I already knew it. It was a fraud. There are people who love certain kind of lifestyle. They love it. And yet they are praying to God for God to bless them. How can God bless you? How can God bless you? You think that God is neutral about these things? That you can just go in to tell God what you want? Like Putin is asking the Russian Orthodox Church to pray for him, for God to bless him. Do you know that? Putin is asking them to pray for God to bless him. Because he is fighting for Mother Russia. Can you imagine that? Is God like that? Who do we think we are before God? You think you can change God's mind in that kind of a thing? You are killing other people. And you are asking God to be on your side. How can God be on your side? We see it in the election that happened in 2020 or what? People prayed and fasted for Trump. God was not in it. He lost. Why don't we learn a lesson from this? And when God depart from people, people now take matters into their hands. That's what it is. When God depart from people, people now want to go and act on behalf of God. It's wrong. And now they want to use brutal force. Where was the prayer they were praying before for God? Is God, did God not say, I am the God of all flesh? Is anything too difficult for me to do? When God gives you opportunity for you to do right and you go and do wrong, how do you think that God will support you again? Come on, just get it. It's a common ABC. It's simple 1, 2, 3. And people don't want to get it. They think you can come to the kingdom of God and just ask God to do anything, and God cannot obey his own law anymore. He will put his laws and his word and his principles and his name, he will put it. He will put it down, trample it down to the ground because of you? Are you serious? When you know God is not like that. You're trying to bribe God for God to do certain things for you, when God doesn't act that way. Even Satan, let me tell all of you, so that you know, because many of you don't know what I'm about to tell you. When you go to witch doctors, when you go to people who invoke the evil mermaid, there are two kinds of mermaid: real mermaid that live in the water, and mermaid that live in the deep sea or river. or ocean of the world of darkness. Two different kinds. And I've seen both. I've seen both. If you go to witch doctors, remember that witch doctors also worship the mermaid. They worship the goddess of the sea and of the river. And there are also other divinities that they serve. If you go to them for them to kill somebody for you, or to give you riches of darkness, or to concoct, to put together a charm, do things for you. You want to have more houses than anybody in the city. You want your business to flourish without no misfortune. You want to travel, fly to different countries, do business and come back successfully, no accident, all of that. Whatever you want, they will tell you the law that goes with it. Why? Because they don't want to be blamed. Let all of you be aware. Even Satan do not want to be blamed by the choice you have made. Even if he gives you that suggestion, it rests on you to accept or not to accept that suggestion. Because all that he is telling you is, this is what he thinks you should do. And he knows it's not going to go well with you. It is for you to reject it or to say so. Witch doctors, people who practice the dark art, will tell you exactly the consequences of what you're about to do. And they will tell you that you should go home and think about it. People, I have been there. I have seen how witch doctors operate. They will ask you to go home. Don't be in a hurry. That's what they will tell you. Do not be in a hurry to make decisions. Real witch doctors or shamans, they will tell you, go home and think about this before you come to me. Because I am not going to be responsible for the choice or choices you have made. That's what real witch doctors will tell you. Mary, am I lying? Uzo, am I lying? Is that not how they operate? They are not in a hurry to take your money. They will take your money, count.
Is correct.
Yep. They will count the millions of dollars you brought for them, and they will put it back in your hand and say, sir, madam, go and think over this. When you have made that decision, you can come with the money, or you can come with the blood, you can come with the cow, you can come with the goat, the sheep, you can come with the human sacrifice, whatever. Go and think about it. I don't care whether it takes you 7 years. Go and think about it. When you are fully convinced, then you come to me, because there will be no regret. You cannot go back. Whatever happens to you is your choice. And let me also tell you one thing they do. When you finally come, the first thing any dibia, the first thing any witch doctor who knows their art will do is to call Obasidinelu, Obasidinala. That's the first thing they will do. Do you know what that means? They will call on your God and my God and tell him to step aside. Oh, here is your own share first. This is what we want to do. I am doing it because the person in front of me, this is what they want. And I'm calling you to be a witness. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Witch doctors tell God, the supreme God, that you and I worship, to be a witness against you, that they are not the one who are bringing this thing about, that it is you who want it. Same thing. So both the devil and both the person, both the devil and both the priest and the high priest that serves him, first of all renounce themselves from what they are about to do, so that it is you that bears the responsibility of the consequences. So they pour the wine, they call Obasidinelu, then they call the one, then they call the little deities. You see how smart they are? You see how smart they are? Then they will start to perform what you want. So even Satan does not want to be responsible for your action. It is you. Yep. This is heavy.
Oh.
So when you say Satan made me do it, Satan said, I don't know you, you wicked, stupid, buffoon, ragamuffin. I don't know who the hell you are. Yep. Jesus said, I don't know who you are, you workers of iniquity. What do you think the devil said? The devil will tell you the same thing. Get out of here, you workers of iniquity, as though he himself is not iniquity. He'll tell you, get out. I don't know who you are.
And you brought yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
And everywhere you go in the world of the occult, in the world of evil, of voodoo, in the world of the practice of real witchcraft, in the world of juju, charm, amulet, name it, is the same principle that holds. It's the first principle that they have to teach them. Is to make sure that they put the action, the word, every blame on you first, and you are there, and they are playing the mbe on you. Mbe, you know what mbe is? Mbe is turtle or tortoise. They will be playing the tortoise and turtle on you. The turtle. Yeah, because when they want to perform real divination, they use the shell, the empty shell of a turtle or a tortoise. They use something to hit the belly part of it. Bum, 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 bum. Then they stop and they start talking to you. Because if you want to attack the turtle or the tortoise, what do? They sneak back inside their shell. Is that not what they do? They go inside their shell and hide in there. That's why my people say, Agwanaga, which means the snake cannot strike the turtle. If the snake want to strike the turtle go inside the shell. So the snake has nowhere to bite. So that is the practice of these people. Is mbe. Sneakiness. They are very sneaky. They make sure that they are not the one to be blamed for whatever you ask them to do. It is you who asks them to do it for you. It's not them who is suggesting it to you. They will give you suggestion. It is you to go and think about it, and then you come. And then you want your father to be sacrificed. Suppose the God or the goddess says it's your dad who is going to be sacrificed for the 7 houses that you want, for the Rolls Royce that you want. What do you say? Suppose he chooses your mother. Suppose it's your wife. Suppose it's your senior brother. What do you think? You say, well, let them. You say, no, don't say, well, let them take. Go and think about it first. Go and think about it. Weigh every option, then come back. Then when you come back, they take the drink. It's not everything that the witch doctor is going to use to perform that thing. You are the one who buy it. So everything is on you. Everything is going to use to perform that thing, the sacrifice, is from you. It's not from them. If they use anything of their own, you have given them the money to buy it. So it's still your money. You are still responsible. Did you get it? Mbe. Agwaniga to mbe. The snake doesn't strike the tortoise or the turtle. Yep, the same thing, the same principle. Yep. They hide to do while they are with you. The magic is happening. They are with you, performing the art for you. And you think that they are leading the thing. It is you who is leading them. Yep.
Wow.
There you go. So even in the world of darkness, it is you who make the choice. So God is asking you to choose life or death, blessing or the curse today. And it all depends on the outcome you want out of life. What outcome do you want out of life? What outcome do you want? What lifestyle do you want will determine the choices you are going to make today. That's just what it is. the outcome you want tomorrow, the kind of life you want to live tomorrow, you must choose how you want it. That's what even God himself is giving you, the same principle. You have to make that choice. You were given a choice that you are a blockhead. You don't like reading. You don't like books. You don't like work. But why can't you learn how to be a mechanic? You must have a trade for God to put the miracle into. God put miracles on a job. God put miracle on a profession. That's how this thing goes. And you don't want to learn nothing. It's too hard. You don't want to become nobody. How can God then put the miracle? Where is God going to put the miracles? You don't want to be a nobody. Things are too hard. So where is God going to put the miracle that you're asking for? People are too nasty. People are too wicked. Were you sent to mingle with nasty and wicked people? Are there not many good and nice people on the earth? Why are you after those people? Why don't you leave them alone? I want you to begin to pray that God give you another spirit, another kind of mind, for you to begin to make the right choices today. Because you need to begin to make the right choices. You need to begin to attract the right people and the right things and the right event. Why is it that you've just moved from where you have a good job? Now you are moving, you are going to Florida. The very day you reach Florida, you are offloading your thing from the U-Haul. That's the day that hurricane come. Come on, give me a break. Instead of offloading the thing into the house where you are offloading the things into, you see the wind come and carry the thing, carry the house and the thing and run off and throw it into the sea. What kind of nonsense is that? And now you are on the run. You are leaving your car. You just carry your handbag. And you are now on the run. You are already in the right place. Why are you always in a place where problem will happen? Anytime that there is a drama, you are there at the drama place. Why must it be? Somebody came into Walmart or into another store to come and shoot people. You are there and they shoot you and break your leg. Now, other hoodlums came to Target and you were in Target and now they shoot the other leg. Why must you always be there? The police were chasing somebody. It was your senior son on television they were chasing. Bad boys, what you gonna do when they come for you? And that song is for your son, your senior son. Next one they are chasing is your junior son. What is happening in your family? In the exam, the only people who fail are people in your family. They all failed the exam. What is going on? Everyone who were fired is you and the rest of people like you were fired. The rest are still on the job. So what's going on? What are you attracting? Why are you attracting misfortune and death and curses and people who come to trouble your soul? Why are you constantly attracting troublemakers, drunkards, prostitutes, gamblers, wicked people, con artists? What is wrong with you? Why are these people attracted to you? Why do they love you? Why don't you tell them, don't love me anymore? One woman put me on the phone to tell her lover not to love her anymore because this love is killing her. So I was on the phone, the man did not know. And the man was telling her on Valentine's Day how much he loves her, is bringing her flower. And I shouted, I said, hey, Mr. Lover, you know? I said, Mr. Lover, I adjure you in the name of Jesus to stop loving this woman. You are not loving this woman, you are killing this woman. He said, who is that? I said to the man, it is this woman's son. It is the woman's son that is talking to you. If I see you near her house, I will break both of your leg with a sledgehammer. Let me catch you. You will see what I'll do to you. I said, I want you to be aware that every witchcraft you put on Mrs. Smith, I have removed it from her. And that was the truth. So he tried every trick he's been playing on that woman. It didn't work anymore. I removed it and threw it away. I removed that charm and threw it away. He said, there is nobody who can make love like me. I said, take your loving making and go and love a tree. Thank you very much. Go there. You know? Mm-hmm. Yep. Do you know that immediately that man left the life of Mrs. Smith? Mrs. Smith was no longer going to the hospital. Every month this woman will be sick. Do you know all the bad things that were happening to this woman come to an end? And every bad thing that were happening to her children stopped. Why? Because I knew it was that man. That man was the problem. Tell God to expose them. Begin to pray. I'm going to ring the bell, you pray. And tell God to block all these people from coming into your life. And to block you. Tell God to start with you. To block you from going to them. And to block them from passing to you. With the blood of Jesus, pray that from today, you will no longer be attracting all these people that should not be in your life. And under no circumstance should they be attracted into your life. Begin to pray. When you pray enough, you go and send your tithe and offering, and then you go home. That's the end of the service. We will meet on Wednesday and on Friday and on Sunday this week. Thank you so much. Let's begin to pray. This is very, very serious. Very serious. What are you attracting? Others are attracting favor. Why is favor not happening to you? Why are you attracting somebody that you are going to be quarreling with? Is that the reason? Why are you attracting people that you are quarreling with? People who always come to tell you bad news. Why are you attracting bad news? Is that what you were born for? Attracting people who will always be accusing you of what you've done, accusing you of what you didn't do, accusing you of what you did not even do. Why are you attracting people who will love you just a little bit and pass on to love somebody else a little bit? Why are you a little bit? Why are you interested in people who will give you $100 a night? Highest, a little bit of money here and there. Why are you attracted to those kind of people? Instead of attracted to stability. Why do you lower your standard? Why have you lowered your standard? Where is your self-esteem and honor? Why are you attracting people who are out of order instead of people who are in order? Why are you attracting people who come to tell you stories why they don't have money or what happened to them? Why are you attracting people who will never help you, who come to con you, use you, abuse you, dump you, and you are happy about that? Why are you attracting evil atmosphere? Stop it now. Use the blood of Jesus and block those attractions. You don't want those attractions anymore. Whether it's because of your decisions or other people's decision, or decision made for you in the past that is attracting this kind of atmosphere, events, bad atmosphere, dark spirit, evil people, users, abusers, violent people, drug dealers, drug takers, people who don't want to learn new things. Stop attracting these people. Pray them out of your life. Pray them out of your life. Block them. We ask you to make sure that you give to our mission. You give to our ministry. Ask God to fix you. Ask God to fix you. Ask God to fix you, and He will. So that only people who are fixed will come to you.
Jesus coming to help us to be far away from people who are evil notions, wicked things that would draw us into the path that you have. To be yours and beautiful with a cultivation of relationships. Help us to walk in the will.
Tell God to fix your mind. To fix your mind so that you do not attract people of wicked minds any longer.
Yes. I never don't want people to have mindset.
You don't attract people who come to curse you.
People who come to curse you instead of good.
Instead of people who come to bless you, it becomes people who come to curse you.
Keep us from those people who would curse us and let their own curses be upon their own head.